Okay, here we go. Part 5 of the AMT White Freightliner build. Show you what I've gotten done in the past, I don't know, 10 days since I released part 4. Doesn't look like much changed if you're just taking a quick glance here at the video, but I have gotten quite a bit done here. So I big picture items, got the radiator in. I got the engine. The engine is now mounted. It's glued down. It's in. Then we have this shifting rod. I just put that in not long ago. This lube finder, which needs to be weathered a little bit. It just came out of painting, and I just attached it to the frame not too long ago. That nice candy apple red color. So I'll just spin this around, show some of the details here. Did a little more weathering to the chassis. Got some weathering done in the on the engine there. Okay. Got the interior mostly assembled. Got the steering wheel in. Got the shifter in. You can barely see it. It's right between the seat and the console. Put a nice red shifting knob on that. A little bit of detail to the dash. Steering column and steering wheel. There's actually a throttle pedal down there. You'll never see it once this sits in the cab, but it is down in there. Pretty happy with how the interior turned out. Again, some of this leather upholstery, what helps it pop a little bit, I said this on an earlier video, is just hitting some of that detail, some of that texture pattern with the Tamiya panel line accent color. This one is brown. So that's all set. Something to note. Got a problem. I don't know what I did with the air cleaner, which will sit up here and be attached to the radiator with this duct, something like that. Well, it didn't stay up there, but this piece right here connects the radiator to the air cleaner, which is missing. I gotta find that. It's a pretty obvious component to the engine. I don't know what I did with it, so that's a problem. Another thing, just on the gotchas with this build, for those of you that are thinking of building it, or maybe you're in the process of building it, the engine, I guess I would have thought that the engine, which is, sits on the chassis with these two kind of flanges here, it does not sit, those, you can see one of them right down in here, right there, those ears. I guess I would have thought they would have sat on the top flange of the chassis channel rail, up here, in here, but no, they sit down in the bottom flange of the channel of the chassis rail. So they're down there at the bottom flange, not the top flange. Of course, the instructions don't tell you that. They only show you how to mount the front. Here, there's nothing about these. So the only way I figured that out is the drive shaft will not, it's not long enough. It will not reach from the transmission to the first drive axle if you mount the engine up here. It's just not long enough. So I pushed it down. I hope that's right. Kind of looks weird to me that the engine is not level, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. If somebody else knows otherwise, please let me know. Kind of late to fix it. I think it looks okay. So that was kind of a revelation in this build, along, with several other things that aren't very clear that I hope I got right. So really now just a few more pieces to actually attach to the model. Small pieces, components, but the next big thing I've been working on is masking off the cab to receive the the red striping. And So what I do is, what I've done is, the base color of the cab is obviously that white. I showed that in a previous video, and now I've taped it off to where the candy apple red patterns will go. In a way that I try to avoid bleeding, which would be very obvious and probably very easy to happen as the red tries to bleed through the tape onto the base white, is I like to use the Tamiya masking tape. All right, this is the 6-inch width. Okay, get this down really tight, especially over any kind of detail like a rivet, and just really press it down. You can use your fingernails, you can use a tool, because you don't want gaps, kind of as you look up or down. You don't want to see gaps, because that's where the paint will definitely bleed and get up into your white base color. Okay, so once I do that, then I spray the cab again to seal the tape to the surface of the cab. So that that second coat of white paint, which you can see has been applied, because that's the original color of the Tamiya masking tape. Here it's been sprayed. That really seals it. Okay, so that's just something I do to help really seal the tape to the surface of, in this case, it's the cab, to keep that top coat, that second coat, that second color from bleeding through the tape onto the original base color. We'll see how that goes. So this cab was sprayed again once I applied the tape. And now I've just got to go ahead and apply via rattle can the candy apple red to create, this paint scheme that you see here. So that's the next big step. Got to figure out what to do with the air cleaner. I got to find it. If I can't find it, I don't know what I'm going to do. Scratch build one, paint the cab. There's a few more components, just little components to be applied to the chassis. And then I think we move on to decals and some of the chrome components like the stacks and stuff, and the step ladder and the radiator and the bumper. Start really getting into those finishing details. So look for that on subsequent parts 6, 7, and 8. But overall, the build is going well. I really like the detail. I think it is a nice kit. It just has some frustrations with lack of instructions on some of the pieces, some of the big pieces, like the engine, how it's mounted. Those of you that are building it, just trying to give you a heads up on what to expect. So anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.